Good morning and welcome to Entrepreneur State of Mind on RVN TV. My name is Krista Smolda, and as you know, I interview entrepreneurs each and every week, people that are basically designing their own life, not working for anyone else. And I have a great guest today. I seem to be on a wellness kick, so a lot of my guests have been in the health industry or in the wellness industry, which is what I'm in, so I love collaborating with these people. And that's the best part about being an entrepreneur, is connecting and meeting new people and sharing ideas. So my guest's name is Beth Neidick, and she is the founder of Blue Barn Kitchen, and we're gonna learn all about what that is. Thank you so much for coming on my show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
So this is not your first rodeo
No,
in TV. I wanna talk about all of the, not to be boastful, but you should be proud of all of those accomplishments. You've been on some major networks and magazines. So can you just rattle off a few?
Oprah Magazine, which was the most amazing. To be featured in Oprah was beyond. It was really like the collaborating with them, because that's what I did. We collaborated and created a new drink. Was a verification that I'm going, so that I'm really doing something and I'm really being noticed by people who matter.
Yep.
And I started though interning. I was talking today, my first intern was with Jay Leno, because in California, The Tonight Show, the original Tonight Show.
Oh, wow.
I was in LA at a comedy shop, and the comedy store, and he was performing, and he made fun of my friend and I, and we were in college. And he was like, well, what do you want to do with your life? And I said, I want to work for you. I met him the next day, and he gave me an internship that summer.
Well, he was really popular at that point.
Oh, this was in '94. He was it.
Yeah.
And he was just so impressed that I opened my mouth and said something. And that's really been my trajectory from there.
Yep.
You know, I worked for MTV for a long time, VH1, HBO. Cool. I've done a whole bunch of fun stuff. I've been on Dr. Oz and The Chew, The Today Show, and all really because I've just opened my mouth and asked for it.
Yep, that is entrepreneurship right there.
It is.
So, did you go to college?
I did. I went to Ithaca College.
Okay, what did you study?
Corporate communications and television.
Okay, so that's why you were doing all these things.
Yeah, I really always wanted to be a commercial producer. And I did that for a little bit, and I was like, not for me. I wanted to be with people. I wanted to connect with people. I wanted to share their stories and really bring their message out to the world.
Okay, so you did spend some time having jobs.
I did, production jobs.
Working for other people. When was it that you decided to make the shift into doing your own thing?
After I had kids, I was home for a little while, but I was never one of those moms who stayed home and lunched. No. My sister and I had a pocketbook line. I started helping moms when my son was a baby. When they were starting eating, I was making his own food, and everyone was asking me, they're like, how do you do that? So I literally was having classes in my kitchen, how to make baby food.
Oh my God.
And I said to myself, I need a little credibility. I need something. So I went back to school, got my degree, and started coaching, health coaching.
What was the degree in that you went back?
It was like a certificate in nutrition. It wasn't a degree, I apologize. It's a certificate in nutrition. And
IIN?
IIN,
okay.
Which is like one of the big ones.
Yes.
And it was after they weren't in person, they were on a little tiny iPad, and I ate it up. And then I worked for a big gym, and I did their nutrition program. So I really had a nice basis, and I was coaching people, but I wanted to bring my message bigger. I wanted to be seen by more people, be heard by more people, because my message has always been whole, real food.
Yes.
No trendy anything.
Right.
Eat actual food and you'll be fine. Mm-hmm. So I started doing TV. I started pitching TV, and because I was a producer already and I was in it, I think they liked me a little bit more because they could trust that I knew what I was talking about. I wasn't going to freeze on live television.
Right, exactly.
And I did really well. It's a lot of fun, and I light up when I can really bring those two passions together, as TV and food.
Yes.
And publicity.
Oh yeah, that's very important today.
For any business.
Video.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so what do you love most about being an entrepreneur?
Besides having my own schedule and doing what I want to do, it's following my passions. But it also, part of my brand is being vulnerable, and actually, I like to be seen and heard.
Yes.
I like to be the expert in the room. And I am secure in the fact that I know that the message that I have can help people, because it has helped people. And I really enjoy that part of it. You know, having to do what I want to do when I want to do it is really helpful when you have kids who are still in high school.
Right.
But being able to really help people in that way and being satisfied that piece that I need, it just works for me.
I like that you can say that, because I'm the same way. Here we are talking on camera.
Well, it makes sense, right?
It does, but to be able to say it and admit it and not care what anyone else thinks, that's the key to entrepreneurship.
Exactly, and I feel like other entrepreneurs feel this way, and when I say it, it's like everyone else just opens up. And I do, sometimes on social media, I'll put stuff out there and I'll get, thank you for being so vulnerable. I'm like, you don't know me very well, because if you sit next to me in a coffee shop, I'm going to know your life story, and you're going to tell me all your dreams, and I'm going to help you find them.
Yeah.
Like, that's just the way that I am.
Exactly. All right, so let's talk about entrepreneurship and maybe just some challenges that it's not always.
It is not a bed full of roses at all. It's very, very difficult. There are so many parts of it, between the social media and the marketing and the content and creating the content and getting it out there and editing. Like, there's so many pieces of it. And when people ask me, like, tips, delegate. You can't do it on your own. Money's always an issue, no matter how successful you are or not successful you are, depending on what level. But you can always barter, find somebody. When I started, I had no seed money. Right. I had 2 little kids. I had to do something. Yeah. And I bartered, and I got people to help me. And I asked everybody I ever knew to help me. That's how I got the book made, too. I crowdsourced information, and I crowdsourced goodwill.
That's a really good idea, is bartering, because we talk about this all the time, that there's somebody out there that has what you need, and you can teach them how to eat right and do all that stuff, and even cook some things for them, and then they can do your social media.
I've done that. Come for dinner,
yeah.
Spend 3 hours with me, help me with my social media, help me with whatever, and go home with the meals for the week.
Get a copy of my book.
Get a copy of the book. I did that yesterday. Somebody helped me with something online, and I sent her a copy of the book as a thank you. And she was so excited that no one ever does that.
No, like, you have to do that
not?
back. So, okay, I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit, because I didn't tell you this. But everybody that I know, and including myself, follows somebody or has been inspired by someone or has a mentor or something like that. Do you have anyone that you like follow on a regular basis or find inspiration from or watch their videos? Or
somebody in particular, I really like Gary Vee's message. Yeah. He's the media guy. Parts of his message I really like. I listen to him. I find that I like parts of people. Mm-hmm. Right now, I'm actually doing a program with Tony Robbins, and Dean Graziano, who's a huge career coach. They came out with a new program, so I'm doing that right now. But I don't follow anybody every day. I like Skinny Confidential. I like F Factor. I love The Chew. I love Today Food, Joy Bauer. Yeah. But I don't have that one person that I really follow every day. I don't.
But you do draw to things, like you do listen to stuff like that on a regular basis.
I do. I want to see what's out there. Actually, Pop Sugar, do you know that website?
No.
Pop Sugar has a trend report every I think that's weekly, a weekly trend report. Okay. And I do look at that almost daily.
I'm gonna have to take note of that.
On all different, from food to finance.
Oh.
So whatever's really trending, what people are really talking about, because I don't want to be talking about keto and how I don't like it when everyone's talking about, fiber, which I do love.
Right.
So I really try to follow what people are talking about to grab the attention, then to bring my message to them through that.
Yeah.
Because if I don't grab their attention and get them where they're interested, they're not going to ever listen to me.
Exactly. That's a good idea for any entrepreneur. Pop Sugar, what's happening and how does it relate back to my business?
Right. So if you scroll down at the end, on the bottom, it says trends, and click that, and that's where you find it.
Okay.
I found it by chance. It was one of those things.
All right. Thank you. Good to know. Okay. So when did Blue Barn Kitchen start?
So I was a health coach for a couple of years, and then I answered an ad on Harrow. Does everyone know what Harrow is?
I don't.
It's a listserv. Help a reporter out.
Oh, okay.
So you get a list. I get the email like 3 times a day, and it's finance, travel, health and wellness, general. And it's all reporters or producers looking for people for stories.
Oh, Harrow. Okay.
And it was somebody from the Chew looking to do a program with Vitamix. And I love my Vitamix. Do you have a Vitamix?
I don't have something similar, though.
Oh, I love my Vitamix. Yeah. And they came out to the house. Daphne Oz came out to the house. And we did a whole 2-day shoot, a 20-second spot, but a 2-day shoot. Yeah. And I went from Beth Neidig, health coach, to Blue Barn Kitchen. I wanted it to be bigger. I wanted it to be more encompassing than just health. I wanted it to be lifestyle.
Yes.
And so Blue Barn Kitchen is a destination for lifestyle. You can get, the recipes. You can also get information on how to do smoothies and dinner, but also power and perseverance and persistence is really my message when it comes through everything.
Yes.
So you can see what I'm doing, how my business is going, what I'm working on. I do share what I'm struggling with. I do the fails I have. I just shared one yesterday. I had an interview and it was supposed to be a whole article, and it was a transcript of the conversation. But I put it out there. I got messages from all these people thanking me for putting it out there, so now they understand that happens.
Yeah.
Really sharing the journey so people can, I hope, look at me and say, I can do that.
Yeah. The realness.
Yeah.
Real and raw.
Real food, real talk.
Yep. Okay. All right, so we're actually going to take a break because I want to get more into Blue Barn Kitchen and what you offer. So when we get back, we're going to talk more about that. We're also going to talk about a book that you took a lot of time to get out there, and it was really successful, and maybe something else that you have coming also. All right, so stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Add us on social media to watch bloopers, behind the scenes footage, previews, and more.
RVN TV is a platform for people of any industry to share their story. Over 285,000 viewers are tuning in to RVN TV shows monthly. We guarantee a great experience that you'll be sharing with everyone you know while increasing your personal and company's brand awareness. But what is your brand? According to Forbes, it's a combination of your logo, your product, your design and feel, and your personality. Did you know that aside from being a guest, we offer even more opportunity to boost your brand? Adding your company logo and website on screen during your interview will allow viewers to recognize your brand instantly. Incorporating images and video clips is another great way to showcase your product during your live segment. Let viewers see how good you really are. And most importantly, there's you and your interview. For less than the cost of a newspaper, direct mail, or a magazine ad, you can leave our studio and within 48 hours have a permanent digital copy of your live segment to link to your social media, embed into your company website, or use in email marketing. Investing in your brand is so very important, and we can't wait to have you as a guest.
Welcome back to Entrepreneur State of Mind. I'm Krista Smolda, and I am joined by Beth Neidick from Blue Barn Kitchen. She is the founder, entrepreneur extraordinaire. Can we say serial?
Yes, totally serial.
Serial publicity girl.
Yes.
So you found a way to bring your passion for being public and being on camera and mixing it with healthy living, which I think is awesome. What more could you ask for? You're doing everything you want to do.
It lights me up. You know, I did for so many years. I was doing what I thought was good and what was making me money and was helping people, but just wasn't it for me.
Right.
And it makes a big difference now that I'm going towards that. I wake up differently. I'm sure you do too.
Yes, absolutely, and energetic because you're so healthy too.
Well, that helps.
Okay, so you went into a little bit about what Blue Barn Kitchen was.
Yes.
It's a great website. I've spent some time on it, and you got all these little sections. So just tell everybody what it is and what benefits they can gain from your site.
So it's really like a 360 view. So we do blogging, so it's information about what I'm making for dinner, the latest products that I use or that I like cauliflower crust pizzas, that kind of stuff. But I have programs. I have cleanses and detoxes. My favorite, though, and what a lot of people are being successful on right now is called the 7-Day No Diet Diet. It's 7 days of meal plans with shopping lists and all that goes with it to really help you go from maybe not living the best lifestyle that you can to lightly going back into, and with my story, it's healthy, real food. So you can really find, and you can find cookbooks. I have a great cookbook that just came out, how to use your blender for more than smoothies, because there's so much that you can do, because I love my Vitamix.
Yes.
That you can do there. And then I'm also a little bit of a food entrepreneur. I have these bars called Blue Barn Kitchen Bars.
Yeah, baby cat.
Yeah, they're seeds, nuts, and oats, and a honey nut butter base with dried fruit and dark chocolate.
Wow.
And I have a peanut butter base and a cashew butter base.
They look delicious.
They are. They fly off the shelves. I started doing them because my kids need something to eat, and I went to one store, and they were like, sure, we'll try them. The next day, they're like, can we have more? And I was like, oh, I must have something here.
And your kids like them?
My kids are great eaters. I have teenage boys. They eat everything. But yeah, I made them because they need something to eat. I wasn't giving them Gatorade and Power Bars.
Right, right. Okay, so that's Blue Barn Kitchen. You do a lot of things. You wrote this book, okay, and this is really cool. This is called Clean Cocktails. Now, in the midst of all the stuff that you were doing, you somehow found the time and energy to write this book.
Well,
Tell me
I found an amazing partner.
Okay.
So her name's Tahara Racioli. She's also an IIN health coach. She actually has her master's, and she has a great vegan food delivery service that she does.
Okay.
I had this idea for a while, and I met other entrepreneurs in the food business, and I was like, I have this idea. And I would tell them, and they'd be like, that's a good idea. Tara, call me the next day. She's like, I've been thinking about your idea all night. Can we talk about it? And because we had met previously, and we wrote the book. It poured out of us, because this is what people were asking us.
Yeah.
Great, you've had me lose 60 pounds, and I'm feeling good. Can I please have a cocktail? And I like a cocktail. Most
Yes, I do.
people that not most, but a lot of people like cocktails. So these are mostly cocktails that we've been making for years. Like, my friends were coming over, and I was having pictures of different drinks. And one day I had a whole bunch of friends over, and they're all drinking them, and my friend's like, more people need to know about these.
Yeah.
And that's how the book started.
So, and you've got really beautiful pictures in here. Like, I don't know who, can we shout out the photographer?
Her name's Amy Roth. She's an amazing food photographer. We work with her. Tara and I were lucky enough to work on a lot of the photos that were in the book, which is, one of those opportunities that we said yes to.
Yes.
That we didn't know, we couldn't afford a food stylist when we were doing the first book. So we were like, well, let's try. And I have to say that we did a very good job. I really am very proud of them.
So not to knock the food stylist, but how much was the food stylist?
It was thousands and thousands.
Thousands
it's a lot
and
of money.
thousands of dollars.
And they are 100% worth every cent.
Yes.
They do magic.
But this is beautiful.
Thank you. I appreciate
and
it.
we
We've
want
gotten a lot out
to
of
tell
it.
that girl. So, tell me how you can make a drink differently. Just like what are
So the ingredients.
what's important?
So what's important is where you start with. So a lot of the ingredients that we use are herbs and spices, fruits and vegetable juices with gentle sweetener. So we're using coconut sugar, date sugar. I like honey, that's my thing, but made into a syrup. So you're not putting 75 grams of sugar into your margarita. Actually, our cucumber coconut margarita has barely any sugar in it. I believe it has a teaspoon of coconut sugar, and that's it.
Right.
My favorite is the Day Drinker. Tara, my writing partner, came up with a lot of the titles. She's very funny, and she's amazing. The Day Drinker is sage, grapefruit, lemon, and a little bit of coconut sugar, and gin.
And these are going to help you they're still going to give you what you're looking for, which is the buzz.
You'll still have a little cocktail, but they're not going to have the sugary hangover. You're not going to feel it the next morning. You can have 2, maybe 3 of these at a sitting. You're still having 4 to 6 to 8 ounces of gin. Like, I'm not taking that away from you. But you're not going to have all that extra, the chemicals. If you have a margarita in a bar, you're getting that mix. Do you know what's in that mix? Exactly.
Good.
So now we're giving you the alternative to make that kind of a mix for yourself with lemon juice and lime juice, grapefruit, all the ingredients. I would say if you could find it at a bodega, you can make a drink out of the book.
Yeah. Okay, so how did this do?
We're in the second printing. It did
Wow.
really well, and we were in Oprah magazine.
In Oprah magazine, so you sold out of these.
We did. They did a second printing, which means we sold out the first. They did another one. We're actually working right now on our second proposal as a compilation book, because my clients and Tara's clients were great. We have the cocktails, but what do we serve with the cocktails? So we're working on how that's going to look for all of our clients.
So what's that one going to be about more? Like, I know it's food,
The
but
food, yeah,
entertaining?
but the same idea: entertaining, bringing family together. Mother's Day. I have a whole bunch of people coming over for Mother's Day, and everyone eats something different.
Yes.
And I'm making real food. I have dairy options, I have not dairy options, but the recipes in the book are going to be actual real food that anyone can eat, that everyone will feel good about, and your uncle who doesn't eat healthy is not going to know the difference.
Right. Your uncle who doesn't eat. We all have one of those.
We all have
right?
one of those. And they come over, they're like, what, you made vegan jalapeno poppers?
Yeah.
Like, don't tell him they're vegan because he's not going to be able to taste the difference.
Right.
Or you can have both, but also there's going to be 5 other options that he can eat that he's not going to understand that are healthy for him. Or your kid in college is not, or your daughter in college is going to come home and be like, I'm not eating that. I'm whatever. And she's going to go, oh, I can eat everything on here because it's made with whole real fruits and vegetables and lean proteins. And
It's
that's where it comes
interesting
from.
now when you cater. It used to be just like, oh, we're having the baked ziti or whatever. Like we ate whatever. But now there's so many people that this one's vegan, this one's not dairy, this one's gluten free. So you really do have to adjust and accommodate your schedule when you're your menu.
Right. We wanted to make it eating healthy effortlessly.
Yep. That's the key word
the
right
key.
there, effortlessly, because people don't have time and they don't want to think about it. So
And I don't have time either.
You make
don't
it
have to
easy.
spend 2 hours making Mother's Day brunch.
No.
45 minutes, you're more than done.
Right.
So we're also going to give you a parameter or the process of how to do that too.
Right. Okay, so I have a funny feeling there's something next. Like, what's next for you? I mean, are you always thinking about what can I do next? I know you got Blue Barn Kitchen. You're just going to expand that? Or?
I am. I'm never going to get out of food. I really enjoy helping people and having conversations about like this, having conversations like this. But I also find myself really wanting to support women in business through being seen and heard because that's what I need, and you need, and a whole bunch of other people need that. So, in getting publicity is like kind of my sweet spot right now. So I figure I'm going to go that way. I'm thinking something in the lines of like healthy hustle and pitch. I want to take the word hustle back.
Yes.
Hustle to a lot of people is a bad word now. I don't know why it needs to be a bad word because to me it means you're in action.
Yes.
You're making things happen.
Yep.
Doesn't mean you're working from 8 to 3 when the kids come home and then 8 to 3 when they go to sleep. That's not the way it is anymore.
No, it's
you don't
not.
need to work so hard. You need to work smart, but you need to have that drive and that fire, and I call it the hustle, the healthy hustle.
It is the hustle. Yeah, healthy, because sometimes that hustle will stress people out and get them to the point where they're sickly.
So I want to help people in that way that they don't need to get to that point.
Yep.
And I can give them a framework of how to get publicity for themselves so they can bring their message out to everybody. I'm working with a girl right now who is an ADHD parent of 2 kids. And we were having a conversation. And I said to her, how about the mom whose kids were just diagnosed and she doesn't know what to do? She needs you. Your message needs to get out to people to help that mom. And she's like, a light bulb went off. So I want to help people in that respect as well.
It's not about you, right?
No.
Tell your story for the other people.
It's never about you.
No.
It's really about just bringing that information to people, and they can take it in, which I hope they do, or not. Or they'll take it in, they'll take a piece of it and use it 10 years from now.
When you tell your story, you're guaranteed to impact at least one person, if not many, many more, especially on the platforms we have today.
Oh, social media runs my business.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mark Zuckerberg.
I know, I agree. People go, oh, Facebook. I'm like, I love Facebook, I love Instagram.
Well, because we're connectors.
Yes.
So we can authentically connect with our community, our people. Like on my Facebook page, I get more private messages than engagement on my actual page.
Yes.
Because people want to connect with me personally.
Yeah.
And I try to do that. I try to answer everyone that I can. I
That's
try to
good.
really be there for the community because I feel like if I'm there for them, they can be there for somebody else. And I really started doing all of this because I went to lunch at my kids' elementary school and saw what people were eating. Saw the Doritos and the Lunchables and the donuts, and I wanted to help people moms bring healthier food to their kids so that they could be healthy, so they could be productive, so they could be successful. So it all kind of comes back to just feeling good about yourself, your body, and your mind.
A healthy mom makes a world of difference.
It makes the world go round.
Yes, it does. It does. All right. So, how can people connect with you? Find Blue Barn Kitchen. Give us a.
Every social media platform. It's at Blue Barn Kitchen. My website, bluebarnkitchen.com. My new website will be launched soon, which will be bethneidick.com. So come visit me on all of those platforms. I really love to connect with you.
And get this book, Clean Cocktails, Righteous Recipes for the Modern Mixologist. They can't get it now because
No, it's out there.
It is
Order
out
it on
there.
Amazon. You'll have it in 2 days. Barnes & Noble, Target. It's in all the major stores.
Summer's coming, man. These
Summer's
are
coming.
like key
Summer's coming,
components to a good party.
If you look out for my social media, you'll find my Boozy Popsicle ebook is coming out very soon.
Oh my gosh, you've got everything. Well, thank you so much for
Thank
coming on the
you.
show.
Thank you
I
so
enjoyed
much.
meeting, connecting, and I know we're going to stay friends for a long time. So stay tuned. We'll be right back with more RVN TV.